The Iowa Democratic Party recently, in recent years, has really suffered some losses. We've lost a Senate race and a U.S. representative and a lot of our statewide offices. And I know you've always been an independent senator, and I'm tasked with being the party building chair for Osceola County, and we're a rural county. I was just wondering how, if you're the nominee of our party and the leader of the Democratic Party, as someone who's been an independent their whole career, how you're going to bring people into the party and unite the party and lead the party.
Great question. Thanks. Thank you very much for what you're doing. And I should have thanked all of the people in this room who are actively involved in the political process. This is a tough time to be involved in politics. But what you're doing is what the founding fathers of this country believed in. You are trying to create a vigorous democracy, and I thank you for that. What's your name?
Jason.
All right, Jason raises an interesting question. Maybe we'll end on this question. As I mentioned when I began, in the last election, 63% of the people did not vote. 80% of the people your age did not vote. All right, Jason, you tell me, stand up. Let me dialogue with you here. All right? Let me start off by telling you, one of the great achievements that I'm most proud of in my political life is that when I was mayor of Burlington, we almost doubled voter turnout. First time I won it was here, next time we almost doubled it. And we doubled it because we made government relevant to working families and low-income people. And I won huge victories in working class wards all over my city. How do you, let me throw it out and we'll dialogue. Don't need to put you on the spot.
Okay.
I just asked the question, now he's on the spot. TV cameras are pointing at him. All right, why is it that so many people are giving up in the political process? Why so many people your age don't vote? How do we together get them involved?
I know in this area we struggle with, it's a very Republican area. They're very conservative. I think the conservatives here kind of get their message out to people young at an early age, and I think a lot of the people that might be inclined to come to the Democratic side, they're just disengaged. They feel hopeless.
What are
they
the
don't
issues?
Feel like there's a
What are the
opportunity
issues that the
for them.
Republicans attract young people with?
I don't know that it's necessarily that they're attracting the young people as much as they're just turning them off of the political process.
Good. People have thoughts on that? Because that is a really important issue. Stand up, please. One of the things where I have been critical of the Democratic Party is in a couple of areas. And number one is that the Democrats have not historically had a 50-state strategy. All right? And my fellow Vermonter Howard Dean, when he was head of the DNC, made that point, and I thought did a great job in making that point. In other words, if you claim to be the party of working people, right? If that's what the Democrats are supposed to be in the legacy of FDR or even Harry Truman, how do you abandon the poorest states in America and not talk to those people? Okay. How are you not running strong campaigns, putting money into those areas? Second of all, in rural America, my memory may be a little bit wrong here, but I think about 2 out of 3 white working class people vote Republicans. Does that sound roughly right? That's a challenge. That's a challenge that we have got to accept. And I think in terms of young people and working class people, we have got to focus on issue after issue, and I have talked about some of them. You got to go to the young people and ask them about college affordability. Do they think it's a great idea that the Republicans have cut Pell Grants by $90 billion in the next 10 years? Think that's a good idea? You got to go to workers and ask them, do they agree with the Republican Party that believes in unfettered free trade so that American workers are competing against people who make 56 cents an hour? They think that's a good idea? Do they think it's a good idea that their kids will be thrown off of health insurance? We got to get on the offensive. Now, I know, as I said earlier, there are wedge issues out there that the Republicans play pretty well. Immigration, abortion, gay rights, I understand that. And what you got to go is say to people, look, we may disagree on that issue, but don't you think your kid has a right to a college education? Don't you think you deserve a decent paying job? Do you really believe we should be giving tax breaks to billionaires? Those are the issues we've got to take to working people all over this country. And by the way, in this campaign, that is exactly what I will be doing. We are going to go to rural areas. We are going to go to conservative areas. We are going to take on the Tea Party. And by the way, in terms of the Tea Party, a lot of the people in the Tea Party would be very surprised to know the ideology of the people who founded the Tea Party. Who founded the Tea Party? Whose money founded the Tea Party? Anyone know? Koch brothers. Koch brothers believe, this is their view, we should eliminate Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, federal aid to education. Do you think Republicans in the Tea Party, working class people, know that? They don't think we should eliminate Social Security. They think we should expand Social Security, as I do, by the way. They don't think we should eliminate Medicare. So we've got to go out and talk to these guys and explain to them that it may not be in their best interest to be representing the views of the billionaire class. Tough stuff, but we intend to do that. All right, last question over there. Yes, sir.